Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just under 4 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas, that is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is going to be very action-packed with a lot of emotional sequences involved that's really going to cause the fans to become very emotional when they watch this movie once it hits theaters, come this December of 2019. Now, apart from all of this, we do know that JJ wants to really make it a very dark Star Wars movie. And with that being said, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film. And when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very much worrisome for the characters of C-3PO and R2-D2. It's described that one of the scenes filmed over in Cardington during the month of January of this year involved a very emotional scene in which it was said to take place in the third act of the movie, where Daisy Ridley was on set with Eunice Swatamo as Chewbacca. It's described that on set, one of the sequences involved a large battlefield, where C-3PO was said to be in multiple pieces, where the sequence is said to be very emotional. Another scene even involved a prop piece of R2-D2 that was set partially on fire on R2's head, where the red LED light, was cracked on R2, where he appeared to be burned. It's explained that this all takes place in the third act near a crashed Millennium Falcon. However, it's noted that the Falcon is not destroyed in this particular moment. Lando Calrissian, portrayed by Billy Dee, was also a part of the scene where he was said to be near C-3PO in multiple pieces. So, let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why I think that this all has to do with what we saw in the teaser trailer. But before I get to that, I will say that this is a big indicator of the destruction of C-3PO and R2-D2 and the death of the droids. Now, to me, I think that this would be a very big mistake if Disney and Lucasfilm go in that direction because, well, if you think about it, if they really ever wanted to go back to the sequel trilogy and expand off of it, of the events after Episode 9, and they wanted to really explore those characters again, they wouldn't be able to if they're killed off or destroyed. Back to the teaser trailer. So, in the teaser, we do see that C-3PO has red eyes. And from all the leaks that we have been going over, it's because he actually gets a chip inserted into his head in a droid factory. And this chip is actually said to have once belonged to a droid that belonged to the Empire many years ago. We're talking about decades back. And this is actually said to be used for some kind of Sith language that C-3PO needs to translate. Now, if I had to really put together the pieces here, the reason as to why C-3PO is in pieces is because it's very much possible that the First Order does not want that information getting out, and hence why C-3PO is in multiple pieces. Now, could this also mean that C-3PO is just having another bad day, kind of similar to what happened in The Empire Strikes Back, where 3PO was in multiple pieces and Chewbacca was carrying him around? Could it be something as simple as that? We're not quite sure. As far as R2-D2 goes, though, he's actually said to be set on fire on his head, that area, and the LED, the red LED part, is actually cracked. And the thing that gets me about this is that it really is a little worrisome, because if you look at the teaser trailer, right? If you look at all the footage that we have seen, there's little to no R2-D2, except for that one Vanity Fair image, I believe, that we do have of Luke Skywalker next to R2, but that might be a flashback, and it seems like it is. There might have been another photo that I'm not remembering right now, but as far as I know, that was one of the few little pieces of visuals that we got of R2-D2 for The Rise of Skywalker. So, there have been a lot of hints and or indicators as well of the death of Leia and the death of Chewbacca in this movie, which is going to be very heartbreaking if that actually does pan out and if that actually does happen. So, this movie seems like what they're really trying to do, since it is going to be an all-out war and a war to end all wars. You guys may recall what John Boyega said a couple of months ago, that there's going to be a lot of sacrifices in this movie, and there's going to be a lot of losses, a lot of unexpected losses. And that could very well hint toward R2-D2, C-3PO, Chewbacca, Poe Dameron, all these different characters, right? Losing their lives in the process of fighting the First Order and Palpatine's new Sith Empire. And that's another thing. We do have 3 different factions in this movie now. It's going to be a big film. We got the First Order, we got the Resistance, and we got the new Sith Empire by Palpatine and from the Unknown Regions. So a lot of things are really happening with this movie, and personally I'm very intrigued now as to what's going to happen with the droids. Now, I grew up with the droids. I love the droids. I mean, they're by far one of the most recognizable characters in Star Wars. I mean, there's no denying that. So for Disney and Lucasfilm to destroy them or to kill them off, where you have the R2-D2 and C-3PO death in Episode 9, I'm not quite sure how that's really going to work with fans, or how they will even accept it. If it's done, maybe, and just maybe in a right way, they will, but I'm still not even quite sure about that. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.